Rico, I'ma have a flashback. Digging through the dresser like fuck it, where my mask at? The mash back with the banger and damage shit. And say fuck everything I learned in anger management. Hop back on some east side manning shit. And push a nigga's top back when I let the cannon spit. Start planning shit, premeditation. I'm in love with the streets again, rededication.
Say what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. You're down! Before we get started, I'm going to ask y'all to do a few things. In the event you happen to like the story, can you be sure to please hit that like button? Can you also subscribe to my page and also hit that notification bell? That way, anytime I drop a story, you'll be notified immediately, and then you can hop on it whenever you're ready. Now, for those of y'all that might be new to my page, in 1994, I got arrested. Eventually, I got sentenced to 16 years plus life. I ended up doing 24 years straight in some of these California penitentiaries out here, and I've accumulated some stories for y'all over a period of time. Y'all gotta excuse me today. I got a little cold I'm trying to get over. So also, man, I be rapping, you know, and I was telling y'all for a while that I was trying to be humble about it, man, but I really do this rap shit. Don't get it twisted, because I'm a little bit older. I gas. So in the event you ain't had a chance yet to check my music out, man, be sure to go to YouTube and just type in 16 to life music, man. I got a few videos, and I got a few audio songs up there that definitely be gassing. So with that being said, let's hop into this story right here. Now, this story took place in 2012. I was in North Kern. And like I tell y'all sometimes, you know, sometimes you don't necessarily have all the backgrounds or the particulars to give y'all a great story. So I'm going to just give y'all what I know about, you know, about this event right here. Now, one thing I can say is this dude right here, he was wild. You know, you got a lot of cats, man, who say they don't, you know, you have a lot of dudes in the penitentiary who be acting or who will say they don't care, and they don't, you know, they don't give a F. I'm trying not to cuss early into the video because somebody had said you can't cuss within the first 2 minutes or whatever. So you have a lot of dudes who say they don't give a F, man. But this dude right here, he really did not give a F. This young cat was wild, man. Now they say he was only doing a year or two in the state pen, but then after that, he had to go do life in the feds for bank robbery. And like I say, man, this dude right here, he was wild. He was a young cat, and already off top, you could see that he wasn't quite all there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I guess he already had that. I guess you would say working in his favor in this situation right here. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, this happened in North Kern. Now, so we just chilling in the day room one day. You know, now we in the day room. Now, dude, I'm gonna just call him G-Rock, but that's not his name, and I ain't even gonna say what gang he was from, but he was from a pretty big gang from South Central, and so, you know, he happened to have a brother that was there too. Now, his brother looked just like him, and they both was young cats, man. I would probably say maybe 20, no older than 23, you know, maybe as young as 20 years old, 19 years old. Excuse me. His brother looked just like him, but his brother didn't gangbang. You know, I think his brother was younger than he was. And so we in the day room chilling one day, you know, playing chess. Me and my older homeboy, who I grew up with, Deer Hunter. Now, at this particular prison, I had two homeboys there who I grew up with, which is rare for me, like I say, because I'm from a small town, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, we had the homie Deer Hunter, who was older, and we had the homie Roscoe, who was either my age or maybe a year older than I was. But anyway, so we chilling. Me and Deer Hunter is in the day room, we playing chess. Yeah, we playing chess. Now the dude I was telling you about, G-Rock, you know, and he had a few other homies there, and I can't even remember their names, right? But so anyway, we in the day room, we chilling, man. We sitting back, we just playing chess. You know, all of a sudden you hear bow. You like you can tell like somebody then got hit in their face. You know what I'm saying? So I turn, I'm facing this way. So I turned back to look that way, and it's the dude G-Rock. He on one of his homeboys. Mop, mop, moop, mop, mop, bing, 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 mop, mop. Now he mixing him. Now the dude he didn't fire. Now when I turn around, the dude he had fired on was also at the table playing chess. And so he just walked up. The dude is playing chess. He just walked up on him and just got off on him. So now when I turn around, dude done stood up. But he's covering because dude, when he fired on him, he blindsided him. So he don't really know where the punch was coming from or probably didn't even know what was going on. So when I stand up at the time, he like this. Now when I stand up, excuse me. When he stand up, dude is on him. G-Rock is on him. He on his helmet though. He giving it to him. Bing, bing, mop, mop, bing, bing, bing. So now, eventually he creates enough space to turn around and he see that. Now keep in mind, they from the same hood. So I don't know what they had going on, So he turned around. Now they squabbing. Bing, bing, bing. They squabbing. Now, dude, G-Rock, like I told y'all earlier, he had a brother. Now his brother run over there and start helping him. And then also, there was a dude, man, who was from IE. He was pushing IE at another prison. We all was at another prison. We all was at CMC East, and a lot of us had got transferred down there. So for whatever reason, when he transferred down to this other prison, he all of a sudden just flipped and joined another gang. I don't know how the hell he done that shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's what he was doing. So he run over there and started helping G-Rock. Now, the dude they was jumping on, like I say, they all was from the same hood. He had a homeboy there too. Now, his homeboy ran over there and started helping the dude that G-Rock was jumping. So now they got a small little melee going on right here in the middle of the day room. You know what I'm saying? They squabbing. So now at this point, dudes is getting up, getting out the way. They squabbing. Bing, bing, bing. They doing their shit. So they end up, the police don't see none of this to my recollection. The police don't see none of this. So they end up, stopping and going about their business. You know what I'm saying? If memory serves me correct, the dude who G-Rock fired on then goes up under the TV and gets into it with the dude who was claiming IE, but it had flipped and started banging this other gang. So now they go up under, if my memory serves me correct, y'all, they go up under the TV and they start squabbling. Bing, 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 they doing their thing. So eventually they break that up. Okay, so they go ahead and they do that, they get away. They leave it alone. The very next day, the very next night, we out there, we having day room again, like I say. And now I'm sitting back, we playing chess again. But now just so happened, now I happen to be sitting the opposite way that I was last night. So now I see the dude that G-Rock fired on. I guess in his mind, he must have been like, fuck this. These motherfuckers ain't fit to be jumping on me and firing on me. So now he slid right back up on G-Rock. G-Rock is doing something. He wasn't paying attention. He slid up on G-Rock and dope fiend G-Rock the same way G-Rock had got off on him the day before. So he slide up on him, fire his shit up. Bam! They go to getting it. Bing, 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 bing. He mixing him. Now this time the dude who had got jumped, I guess, he'd already put his boy up on the thing, up on the game who helped him the day before. Like, hey man, I'm just go get mine back on this dude. So he probably already assumed that G-Rock's brother and the other dude who had flipped, I'm gonna call him Flipper since he flipped. Yeah, we gonna call him Flipper. He probably already knew that G-Rock's brother and Flipper was going to rush him or whatever. So they go to squabbing. They go to squabbing again. Bing, 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 boo, bah, bah. They squabbing harder in the day room, Now, they doing their thing. So now when they squabbing, everybody get up, of course, and start getting out the way. Because don't nobody want to be caught up in some mess that they don't have nothing to do with in the event, the police see it or whatever. Now, like I say, y'all, I can't quite remember on that situation right there if the police happen to see that or not. I kind of, I faintly remember like the police seeing that and putting the yard down or whatever and running up in there and getting them. But I'm like I say, I'm not 100% on that either. But I do know eventually they all came back to the building. So I don't know if the police seen it or not or whatever, because I know they still was in the building. Like I say now, G-Rock was wild, you know. He one of these dudes that's running around, man. And like I said earlier, he had, after he was doing his little time in the pen, he had to go to the feds and do a life sentence for some bank robberies. So he really didn't give a fuck. He didn't have a reason at all to give a fuck. You got a lot of dudes in jail, man, saying they don't give a fuck and they acting crazy or whatever. And that honestly, y'all heard the saying, if you bluff them, you can beat them. Sometimes that's just a way right there, man, to keep dudes up off you. You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes time to you perform, a lot of them dudes who be claiming they don't give a fuck, then they bow down, they gets off, they don't go to work, they don't go to work and get cracking in a way that portrayed the actions that they was acting beforehand. But you know what I'm saying? This dude right here, this youngster right here, he was with the bullshit. Now, at some point in time, I become single cell. Now, I don't know if y'all paid attention to, I had a story that I called it the Fresno car goes way too far. And I had mentioned they had a dude in there by the name of Seattle who hit old boy with that old sweet three-piece, you know what I'm saying? So he come get at me and he asked me, now the dude G-Rock is in the cell with one of his homeboys. Now he from Fresno. And so he come ask me if the wild dude G-Rock could move in the cell with me. I tell him, hell no. You know what I'm saying? For 3 reasons. For one, it's not too often that you don't have a cellie. And so I'm enjoying, by this time, I've been in jail, I don't know, probably about 16, 17 years. You know what I'm saying? Maybe somewhere up in there. And it's rare to not have a cellie for a long period of time. So I was enjoying my solitude. Also, I had a knife up in there. And one of the favorite tactics by the police is when you may have a dude, a convict walking around there tripping or getting into a lot of stuff or whatever, they like to come search your cell as a way of retribution. I don't want this dude to be out there doing something crazy. They come hit the cell and find the knife, then I go to hole because it's my knife, so I'm gonna definitely claim it. But I don't want any unnecessary attention. And for the third reason, like I said, this dude is a little off his rocker. What the hell I'm gonna move a crazy motherfucker in my cell for and then creating a situation for myself and we get into it. You know what I'm saying? So I told him, hell no, that dude can't come up in here in the cell with me. See, what he trying to do, he trying to remove the problem, get him out the cell with his homeboy. And so, I've always looked relatively young for my age, so I don't know if he thought that I was a little younger than I was and I was going to go for some goofy shit, but I told him, hell no, you know what I'm saying? You can cancel that bullshit. So he got a little upset, but what are you going to get upset with me for? Because I'm not trying to help his homeboy, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, he going about his business. Now, I don't know exactly how much longer it was after this, maybe about a few weeks later or whatever, because like I said, they kept him in the building. Now, my homeboy that I mentioned to y'all earlier, Roscoe, he was a porter. Now, what a porter does out here in these California prisons, he basically just cleans up. He cleans the tables, he cleans the shower, he may sweep the floor. It just depends on how many porters they have, and they figure out what each porter is going to do. But one of the good things about being a porter is that when everybody else is locked up, you out. You out early in the morning, you doing this, and so really it's a way of also being able to move around, go to this cell, that cell. And not only was my homie the porter, he was a MAC rep. Now a MAC rep is basically, the MAC rep stands for Men's Advisory Council. And basically it's just a person who was on a committee of convicts, and if we happen to have grievances or whatever, they'll discuss the grievances with the administration. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a way, to move from building to building and all this and that. Now, at this particular prison, it was like, I think 5 buildings on the yard, but let's say, for instance, building 1 and building 3 came out. And so they came out together, and building 2 and maybe building 4 came out, or whatever, maybe 1, 3, and 5 came out together. But anyway, you could be in building 5, have a homeboy in building 4, and not even see him, you know what I'm saying? Because of the way the program was. They wasn't letting every building to the yard. So by him being that MAC rep, he could go to each building and talk to people and, do whatever he needed to do. So early one morning, he's out. He's out in the building doing whatever he do. Now the dude G-Rock called him to the cell. And so he called him over there. G-Rock tell him, hey homie, can you get the guard to pop my cell? So my homie Roscoe tell him, yeah, no problem, don't even trip, I'm gonna get you out. So Roscoe go, he walk over there. The guard is up in the tower, but my homie Roscoe is on the floor. So he walk over there, tell him, hey man, can you let cell such and such out for whatever reason, And so he dude in the tower, he pops G-Rock out. So G-Rock tell my homeboy, all right, good looking out, man, and close the door. So now when my homeboy go to walking off, G-Rock just come up behind him, dope fiend, bam, he fire on him. My homie turn around, they get the squad. Beep, 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 boop, bop, beep. Now my homie was probably maybe about 5'10", 5'11". G-Rock probably was about 5'9", about 165. My homie probably about, like I say, 5'10", 5'11", probably about 190. Chunky, nice little worked out on him. He had life too, and probably you can look at him and see he worked out his whole time. Matter of fact, he's still in there right now. But he had probably, at that time, he had probably been locked up maybe about 20 years, 22 years, you know what I'm saying? So he turned around, he started mixing G-Rock. He owned him. Now, my homie at the time, too, he's older. He got a gray beard and all this and that. He was probably about 43, 44, I don't know, somewhere up in there. So I don't know if G-Rock thought he had him one or whatever the situation was. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, he dope fiend my homeboy. My homeboy turned around and started getting with him. Now, so I just happen to hear, I hear the alarm. Now, the guards see all this. So when he hit the alarm, I run to my door. I don't know what's going on, but I just get up. I go to my door. I look out the side of my door. I see my homeboy squabbing with somebody. Now, the other dude who I said, Flipper happened to be out there. So now when I see Flipper, I'm in the cell, though. I see Flipper run over that way. But when he's running over that way, then the police come through the door. They all get down. They get maced and this and that. They all get down. So they get maced. They go to the, they take him out. They take him to the program office. They come back. So eventually they all come back. So I asked the homie, I said, hey, man, what was all that about? He said, I don't know. He explained the story to me. But I seen Flipper running over there. Like I say, Flipper used to be from IE. So I asked the homie, I said, hey, man, did they jump you out there? He was like, no. I'm like, homie, is you sure? Because now one thing he already knew. He knew that me and the homie Deer Hunter was going to go. You know what I'm saying? He already knows. So to this day, I kind of wondering if they did or not. And I honestly think that he wasn't trying to make the situation worse than it was. You know what I'm saying? Because he already know that me and Deer Hunter going to go. Homie Deer Hunter's a fool. He already know that we going to go. So he swore up and down, you know what I'm saying? No, they didn't jump him and this and that. And so, we left the situation alone. Now, so like I say, they all come back to the building. Now, maybe, I don't know how long it was after that. Maybe about a week after that, we go into chow, and G-Rock, the wild youngster, he stabbed one of his homeboys in the chow hall. This dude was off the chain. You know what I'm saying? We going in there, man. We going in the chow hall. He just happened to be maybe about 6, 7 people in front of me, man. So we going in there, man. He got his. So we filing in. We go past, and you go in, and it's a cafeteria like any other cafeteria. It got a rail, but except this cafeteria, it has a rail to keep everybody in a single file. So the rail goes up, and then it turns. It goes straight, and then it turns. And when it turns, you're walking alongside the wall, and then you get to the little slot. You bend over. They slide your tray out, and you get your tray. So he happened to be like maybe 6, 7 people in front of me and stuff. Up there, I can't remember. I don't think, because sometimes in some of the prisons, they make you fill in the chair, make you fill in the benches and sit. Or sometimes you can sit at whatever table you ever want to. I can't remember how they was doing it up there, but I do remember he just happened to be a few feet in front of me, so when he's walking, but I see him walking, he's walking with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? You can tell sometimes when a person got something on his mind, they walking, with a purpose. So I'm lightweight watching him. So he slide up on some other dude that happened to be another one of his homeboys. Bam! Bam! He go to busting on him. I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So now when he go to doing that, I believe he got away with that. If my memory serves me right, I believe he also got away with that. But I know later on at some point in time they end up grabbing him. The police had him. The cops get up on him, the correctional officers, and they threw him in the cage. And so now he's on. They got him on another. They got him in another part of the building. Basically, it's like the hole, but it's another part of the building. And at some point in time, I think in trying to come get him and take him to go see the captain or whatever, they end up charging him with assault on staff also. Even though now when they come to get you now, when you in the hole or you got a disciplinary action, they make you cuff up. You know what I'm saying? So they got a little slot in the cell, and they open the tray slot, and you got to back up and stick your hands out there, and then they cuff you up, and then they'll come in, you know. Then they come in, they get you and this and that. But some way in the course of doing all that, he ended up catching assault on the staff, on the police, man, and that's pretty much the last time I seen him. You know, I don't know if they ended up moving him somewhere, whatever. I can't remember, like I say. But, you know, you have a lot of dudes, man, who be claiming they don't give a fuck. But this dude really didn't give a fuck. This dude was wild. He was off the chain, man. This dude was in there fighting all the time. Like I say, he ended up stabbing one of his homeboys. This youngster was wild, man. And so that's how it goes sometimes. But a lot of dudes don't understand, too. That's why it's important when you're in prison to try to pick a good cellie. You know what I'm saying? Because if you got a wild cellie, if your cellie wild, you know, it's easy, man. Y'all can get into it, and anything can happen up in them prisons, man. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed that story, man. That dude was wilding off the chain, man. If you happen to like that story, please be sure to hit that like button, man. It's your boy 16 to Life. You already know what it is, man. Resume normal program.
Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the evil that men do. Father God, I pray and ask that you help me to have mercy on others the same way I would want you.